evening of Jimmy G's Church of Music. We had a couple of weeks off, and luckily the weather's changing and the summer season of music starting. A lot of good things going on at the beach huts, all over Long Island. A lot of great music being played, so try to get out there and support your local musician, support live music. We have wonderful guests tonight. We have Tom and Maggie Ryan. Tom started writing music in high school, and he self-produced 2 CDs of original songs where he plays all the instruments and does all of the vocals. He's super talented. I know Tom for a little while now, and he's one of the most enjoyable musicians to be around and to play with. And there's almost nothing he can't do when it comes to playing music. The CDs are titled The Hard Way and Living Today. And they're available by emailing Tom at tarocca@aol.com. We'll speak a little more about the CDs and the music, but let's start out the night with a couple of songs by Tom Ryan. Whenever you're ready, Tommy.
This is the first song I've written. It's called House on Fire. Hey! Uh-huh. 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 The midnight hour is coming fast. With all the danger we see, there's nothing we can do in the past, what it used to be. I'm on the edge of life. Somebody's got to save me. I'm on the borderline. Somebody's got to save me. What in the world am I doing here? I want my life a little higher. What in the world am I doing with this house on fire? Listen up. Between the day and night time, lies an easy road. For me there might not be a crime to follow that road. I'm on the edge of life. Somebody's got to save me. I'm on the borderline. Somebody's got to save me. What in the world am I doing here? I want my life a little higher. What in the world am I doing with this house on fire? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ow! What in the world am I doing here? I want my life a little higher. What in the world am I doing? In this house on fire. Uh-huh. The second song has something to do about love. Sometimes anyone can imagine what the world would be like if it was something that they never seen before. If you imagine that the world was different, it wouldn't be the same as it is anymore. Making believe that you're in another world is your imagination, just like having a dream. It's like a miracle that you're thinking of when you think of things that are not as they seem. And people need to live and learn when there is an easy way to turn, and we need to believe in miracles of love. And what we really want to do is talk about love the whole night through. It's the best miracle that we are dreaming of. Some people like to imagine that the world was standing still and the seasons never change. When there is nothing left to worry about, you can imagine that everything will stay the same. Sometimes when you dream about something that is going to happen, it may be real. 'Cause there's a lot of people who have a lot of dreams about how they feel. And people need to live and learn when there is an easy way to turn, and we need to believe in miracles of love. And what we really want to do is talk about love the whole night through. It's the best miracle that we are dreaming of. And we both need to live and learn when there is an easy way to turn, and we need to believe in miracles of love. And what we really want to do is talk about love the whole night through. It's the best miracle that we are dreaming of. Maybe someday you and I can imagine that the world is what we want it to be. We can imagine that this world had a lot of places where we can be free. And we both need to live and learn when there is an easy way to turn, and we need to believe in miracles of love. And what we really want to do is talk about love the whole night through. It's the best miracle that we are dreaming of. And we both need to live and learn when there is an easy way to turn, and we need to believe in miracles of love. And what we really want to do is talk about love the whole night through. It's the best miracle that we are dreaming of. Oh, oh, oh,
Hey, Tommy.
Thank you.
Why don't you come in and join us?
Yes, indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce you to Maggie Ryan. She's Tom's mom and manager and right hand
Driver.
Driver.
And sort of road crew.
and his biggest fan.
Yeah.
And his biggest fan.
A little broken down for the road crew.
Maggie, tell us a little bit about Tommy.
Well,
From your
Tommy's-
perspective,
Tommy's
yeah.
the middle child. He was born, he's going to be 50 this year, and he was born a week before Woodstock. So I was a little busy. I didn't get to go to Woodstock. And he's lived in Massapequa all his life and graduated from Massapequa High School. And Tom is on the autism spectrum. He has a specific disability in auditory processing, which is a difficulty in interpreting spoken language, and sort of like being a foreign speaking person, taking it one word at a time, and slowly. But he has an extraordinary gift in music and perfect pitch. So there, when you get one thing, maybe you'll get another thing, who knows. He's been employed by the State Insurance Fund, which is Workman's Comp, as a clerk, and he's been with them for 27 years, and he can retire in 5 years, and then he'll really be going with the music.
There you go. Very good. Tommy, when did you start playing music?
Well, I started piano at the age of 7, and it was coming out good. And then I decided to take trumpet, what I did in cadet band in high school. And I started to play the violin, but that didn't work out. And then I picked up my first guitar.
What was wrong with the violin?
It wasn't, I didn't get used to it.
You just didn't like it and care for it?
No.
Well, then you picked it up again when we had a Cajun band for a while, and we went to a Cajun immersion camp. And he's playing it there, but I guess his heart wasn't in it. He tried saxophone and drums too, but he's pretty much settled on his favorite instruments.
Yeah, I picked up my first guitar at the age of 13, and I kept doing that real well. And I picked up my first bass at 15, and everything was quite all right by then.
So you've settled on your 3 favorites?
Yes, that's right.
The guitar, the bass, and the piano, right?
That's right.
When did you start singing?
Well, I think I started singing in high school when I was 15. I wrote out songs, and I joined the band Rage of Motion at the age of 17. And
Which was a band for disabled
which was a
people.
band for disabled people.
And then he went on to go into the mainstream music world sometime after that.
That's right, yeah.
And you took formal lessons, you studied music, and you learned to read,
Yes,
and you write music. And,
that's right.
And when did you start writing your own music?
When I was 15.
About 15.
Yeah.
And when did you start recording your CDs and stuff like that?
Somewhere around my 20s.
Around 20s.
Yeah, well, he actually always kind of wrote songs, but they didn't have a form to them. They would go on for like 20 minutes or so. And when he started to put them into a more formal thing where you had, say, 5-minute, 3-minute songs, was probably when you were around in high school, right?
Right.
But you always wrote melodies.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been studying a little bit with a few people that well known on Long Island.
I have.
And who might that be?
Well, I've been starting lessons with Toby Walker,
Very good.
who's a blues fingerstyle player, and Mary Beth Mundell, who's a voice teacher. And now I'm going to this flute teacher, Marge
Mulvihill.
Mulvihill.
Yeah.
I'm-
Learning the Irish flute.
yeah, this is my future.
Uh-huh. What do you find more difficult, learning vocals or learning to play instrument? Because you pick up instruments very quickly, from what I know. Yeah.
Well, I don't really. Actually, they're both easy for me to do. I never had any voice, except I was in chorus, or when they told me how to sing with a like pa 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 pa.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah.
Well, we started with the voice lessons because at the time he was getting some restaurant gigs where he had to sing straight for about 3 hours, and it was starting to wear on his voice. And I thought, well, I'd look up my friend Mary Beth Mundell, who was in a band, Less is More, on the island, and she also was a music teacher. And I figured maybe she could help him out with proper breathing and a way to preserve his voice, since he didn't have lessons. And that was what we wanted to get out of
Is that working?
vocal training.
Is that working?
I think so. I think she's very good. She's a very good vocal teacher, and she's concentrating on that kind of thing. So I think that's been really valuable.
Tell me a little bit about this Cajun band.
Oh, our Cajun band. Our short-lived Cajun band. Some of the listeners may know of Johnny Phillips, the late Johnny Phillips, who's a wonderful man. He played the accordion and he played drums, but he could play several instruments beside that. But he really loved the Cajun accordion, and He was friends with Tom, and Tom played the guitar with him. And then he talked me into playing a little bit of bass guitar. I'm not really very good, but you know, sometimes you're looking for a bass player, you'll take what you can get. But we did some Cajun things, and we went down, actually traveled to Louisiana to a Cajun immersion camp in Lafayette, where Tommy picked up the fiddle again, and he was able to, jam with that while he was there. And I did a little bass, but that was amazing. Learning that culture was amazing. It was very interesting, especially since the people that came down from the north, they came to absorb this and learn this stuff, and they're looking for the sheet music, and they say, well, we don't have no sheet music, you know, that they learned from each other and from the little kids all the way up. So Tommy was right up there with the perfect pitch, and he didn't need no sheet music either.
When did you realize that Tommy had perfect pitch?
Well, he could, when he learned that notes had names, he could always tell me what note anything was. Like even if the fan is humming, he could say that's, whatever note that was, and we'd always play a game of it. What's that note? And of course we had to take his word for it too.
Simpatico.
Simpatico. You and
Mike Zelinsky.
Mike Zelinsky.
That's right.
Yes. Tom became friends with Mike Zelinsky, who was the drummer in the Range of Motion, the band for disabled. And when they were kind of having a hiatus for a while and weren't doing many gigs, Tom was doing some gigs, some solo gigs, like at farmers markets and things like that. And we decided that maybe we'd invite Mike to come along. And so there was the two of them, Mike on the percussion and Tom on the guitar. And being that they were such close friends, we came up with the name Simpatico. So they still play here and there once in a while on certain of Tom's gigs. Right. So Mike Zelinsky, he's on Facebook, and he's a good friend. He's been a friend for many years. So that's what Simpatico is all about.
I think I played with Tom and Mike in Amityville at that church in Amityville.
Yes,
Peace Smiths one night. Yeah.
Yes,
that's
right.
I sat in with them.
Cool.
That was a few years ago now.
Yeah,
that was very
they
good.
use a bass player,
And a lot of benefits.
Oh, benefits all the time, especially for disabled causes. And he also, some of his regular gigs are in assisted living places and for ACLD, the Association for Children and Adults with Learning Disabilities. He does a lot of those kind of shows, but he also does restaurants and coffee houses and this and that and the other thing, whatever comes up. So he's steady at the Babylon American Legion Sunday breakfast twice a month too. So come on down. He plays for 2 hours and you get a bargain breakfast.
Can you tell us a little bit about Oompa?
Oompa. Okay, now there's another wonderful organization. In the past, when Tom was starting out, and we found out purely by accident about the Coalition for Disabled Musicians, and he played with them. That was all well and good, but then there was less acceptance, I think, then of musicians with disabilities, and it's evolved through the years. And now, up until now, when did we start with Oompa? Do you remember?
Somewhere in 2009.
You think? Okay, gee, that long already? Okay. I just took him to an open mic and threw him in, and people were very accepting. I can remember Rick Bonilla, who was one of the first musicians to approach him in friendship. He was doing his set, and Rick came up and did some bongos with him, and then people joined in, and as long as you were good at what you did and cooperative and friendly, you were just taken up by Oompa. Oompa is all about fellowship, and they play a lot of, it's a very loose organization, and no meetings, no dues, none of that boring stuff. You just decide you want to come to some of the open mics that are associated with it, and then they have events like food raisers at supermarkets where they they play all day and they collect food for food pantries, and they have large all-day gigs, sometimes in Lindenhurst Gazebo a couple of times a year, and all over the place where everyone gets a chance to play, and people kind of form spontaneous bands and and it's a beautiful fellowship organization. It's been great. And Ken Machin, who started it, the man has the patience of a saint. He does.
Is that Ken with two N's?
10 with two N's.
Ken with
Yes,
two
it
N's?
is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I have him scheduled sometime. Just as the flea markets get started, he's going to come on the show and talk about the flea market, the flea markets and the different things they do at the.
You mean the
food
food raisers?
The food
yeah, they
raisers,
play
yeah.
all day. They get
Yeah.
a cooperating supermarket and a local food pantry, and this all joins together. The guys and girls play all day long from 10 to 5 in half-hour sets and collect food. We've collected tons of food. Oh, people are good.
What's the best way to get Tom's CDs? I think we can.
Oh, well,
Put 'em
we
up on
self-produce these CDs. Now, I don't know how many people actually do CDs anymore or even buy them, but on his website, www.tomryanmusic.com, you can listen to the songs individually if this is your thing, and you can email Tom and we'll send you out the MP3 file for free. If you choose to send any money, we will donate it to the Autism Association. If you want an album, I would say as long as we still have some left, you can request that as well. I just find these days that most people just want individual songs, but sure, absolutely. Either way.
Can you just what was the website? The website address again?
www.tomryanmusic.com. I think it's probably on the screen
Most
at
likely.
some point in time. And his email is tarocker, TAROCKER @AOL.com. So you can contact us and we'll set you up with whatever you like. But all proceeds go to the Nassau Suffolk Autism Association, if you choose. Otherwise, you could just have it for free.
Very good. Ready for a few more songs?
Certainly.
Tom's going to go in and play a few more songs, and you get set up, and then give me a yell when you're ready, okay?
Certainly.
And meanwhile,
You want what?
don't forget. I'm talking to them.
Get in there and
You
get
can
your
get set up.
guitar on.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, don't forget Gold Star Sound Support. Anybody that needs live sound support. Myself, Eddie Mondini, we've been working Long Island, New York area for quite. What? Oh. I'm sorry, Maggie. Your face is covered by my card. So.
None taken.
Gold Star Sounds. Any of your live sound needs? Any bands out there? We do a lot of the outdoor work, a lot of multi-band events, stage management. I lost track of what I was going to say about my own business. Thank you, Bob. We're great, and you should come to us for everything. And are you almost ready there, Tommy?
I'm ready.
Because I'm like stumbling over myself out here, okay?
I'm cool.
So let's hear a little more of Tom Ryan whenever you're ready, Tommy. You can
I'm
hit
ready.
it.
This is a song about the summer I've written.
See how I stumble?
Nothing can compare with a Long Island summer. Thousands of people are heading for the beach. wish the summer could go on forever. So much fun to have within easy reach. We're gonna live it up on this Long Island summer. For us, the skies are sunny and blue. On a magic sailboat we'll float together for Long Island summer, just me and you. I hear someone playing guitar on the boardwalk. Seagulls flying high above the dunes. Feel the heat of the sun that's shining on you. Catch the waves and play the summer tunes. We're gonna live it up on this Long Island summer. For us, the skies are sunny and blue. On a magic sailboat we'll float together for Long Island summer, just me and you. Giddy up! We won't notice the weather is getting cooler. Let's dream the summer is going to last. The summer really can't go on forever, but pretend that the summer will never pass. We're gonna live it up on this Long Island summer. For us, the skies are sunny and blue. On a magic sailboat we'll float together for Long Island summer, just me and you. We're gonna live it up on this Long Island summer. For us, the skies are sunny and blue. On a magic sailboat we'll float together for Long Island summer, just me and you. Just me and you. This is a song about me and Mom. Walking by the ocean, down by the sea, wondering to myself, what will become of me? I have so far to go, but I'm a full-grown man. This life just isn't very easy, but I'll try to do the best I can, 'cause I'm doing it the hard way, holding on to you. I'm trying hard to be patient. I'll try to understand the hard way, knowing what this world is about. When you want to learn something that's not easy, you just have to do it the hard way. Turn on the radio, turn on the TV. We'll find out what the world is like just between you and me. Listen to the forecast, listen to the news. We'll find out what happens tomorrow, and we'll find out what to do. I'm doing it the hard way, holding on to you. I'm trying hard to be patient, I'll try to understand. I'm doing it the hard way, knowing what this world is about. When you want to learn something that's not easy, you just have to do it the hard way. Out in the streets, out in the world, there's so much going on out there. I've got to find out what it is. So what is wrong? What is right? How will I ever know if I am learning the truth? I'm doing it the hard way, holding on to you. I'm trying hard to be patient, I'll try to understand. I'm doing it the hard way, knowing what this world is about. When you want to learn something that's not easy, you just have to do it the hard way. I'm doing it the hard way, I'm doing it the hard way, I'm doing it the hard way, I'm doing it the hard way. This is domestic violence. Song about it. One, two, three, four. Ooh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sometimes it seems to me that we just so confused. But I know about the way that he's been treating you. You got to leave him, you got to run from him, you got to give up on him. You know he's no good for you. What he says isn't true. One day he said that he loved you with all his heart, and you thought that you'd make a fire start. But then he lied to you and he hurt you. He threw all the love away. He didn't know what to do. What he says isn't true. 'Cause when you look into his eyes, you know he's telling you lies. When you look into his eyes, it's such a cruel surprise. Nobody will ever love you the way I do. I can take care of and tell that I love you. He doesn't love you the way I do. He ought to find someone else. You know he doesn't care, and he will never be there. We look into his eyes. Yeah. Oh, girl, you know he's telling you lies. You know he's telling lies, girl. When you look into his eyes, girl, every time, every way, it's such a cruel surprise. Such a cruel, such a cruel, such a cruel, such a cruel surprise now, baby. When you look into his eyes, yeah, oh, every time now, girl, you know he's telling you lies. You know he's telling lies, girl. When you look into his eyes, every time when you look into his eyes now, oh, it's such a cruel surprise. Such a cruel, such a cruel, such a cruel, such a cruel surprise now. Whoa, every time you look into his eyes, every time you know he's telling lies, every time when you look into his eyes, every time it's such a cruel surprise, such a cruel surprise. Woo. This is a song about friendship. Day after day, I realize whenever I see the magic in your eyes, night after night, I wonder why. I wonder why we have to say goodbye. But I know that we've learned a lot about love, and I know that we can take a chance. And I tell you, there was a time when we were friends, and there is a time when we meet each other again. And if you believe in those things that I've told you, I want you to think about loving me the way I love you. The way I love you. Yeah, yeah. For once in my life, I never knew why I do the things I do. Time after time, I think to myself, I wonder if you want me or someone else. 'Cause I know that we've learned a lot about love, and I know that you have a right to choose. 'Cause I tell you, there was a time when we were friends. Yes, we were. And there is a time when we meet each other again. And if you believe in those things that I've told you, I want you to think about loving me. Every day of my life I've been wondering about what we can do. Even today I remembered it clearly. I remember the first time I met you. Now I know that we've learned so much about love, and we will never have to lose it all. Now I tell you, there was a time when we were friends. Yes, we were. There is a time when we meet each other again. And if you believe in those things that I've told you, I want you to think about loving me the way I love you. The way I love you. Yeah, 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 yeah. And if you believe in those things that I've told you, I want you to think about loving me the way I love you.
Thank you, Tommy.
Welcome.
Tommy has been nice enough to let me play a couple of songs with him, and I'm going to be joining him in a couple of seconds in there. In the meantime, while we're going to get set up, Maggie's going to speak to you a little bit about some of the foundations and stuff that Tommy supports with his music, and I'll see you on the other side.
You go.
Okay, they're gonna play together. Let's hope they play well together.
Hope so.
Now, be good boys now. Tommy plays quite a selection of benefit performances. One of them is the Nassau-Suffolk Autism Association, which we do a couple of shows for at the Off-Key Tiki in generally early fall. The reason we support this particular organization, of all the many organizations that are devoted to autism, is because they actually do hands-on work and help families directly, not funding research and other things, which is all well and good, but there is a great need for direct involvement with families, and that's why we support that organization. If you choose to send any contributions and you'd like one of Tommy's albums or one of his songs, just use the email address. One of us will answer it and we'll work something out in case you want to do that. And you certainly can have the songs even if you don't donate something. The song, the Hard Way that he played, that's really for autism moms and autism caregivers. And he originally wrote it with me in mind, but we play it out a lot. And it's the only song he ever wrote about his disability. So that's something that people usually are interested in, that particular song, which is fine. And any organizations that deal with any sorts of disabilities can also feel free to play it. Just let us know. That would be great. We'd really like to see that particular song get out there and encourage people who have kids on the spectrum. Tom also plays for veterans groups, homeless veterans, and for the American Legion. My brother, who passed away from illnesses related to his service in Vietnam, he misses him a great deal, and so do I, and so therefore we like to support any veterans organization as well. So, and all of these organizations, and I can't even remember exactly because Jimmy's just asking me which ones. I think that's probably in general that we support. We also support the ACLD, Association for Children and Adults with Learning Disabilities, and he plays in assisted living places, but also he does this occasional restaurant gig, coffee shops, festivals, and other things. All his performance schedule is on his website, as well as his songs and some of his YouTube stuff. And you can find him on Facebook. Of course, there's a bazillion Tom Ryans, but probably through the website, or I think, trying to remember the old Facebook link, I think it's Tom Ryan Music, I'm pretty sure, facebook.com, but you'll find it. Or you can look for me, Patricia Maggie Ryan. That's a little easier to find, and then you can find him if you choose to, and send a friend request. Let me see. And I guess, are you guys ready yet?
We're good to go.
Oh, good. Then I can stop talking. Yay! All right, guys.
Thanks, Mom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Another day comes rushing in, and I still don't know where to begin. I've really been through a lot of trouble, and there still hasn't been a way out. I never felt so bad in my life. It feels like your love cuts like a knife. I just don't understand what all these foolish games are all about. And I keep wondering why you keep telling lies, and I don't understand why you're still out of hand. I'm on the inside, but I'm out of control now. You're on the outside, so put yourself together now. I never said I was gonna give up. I know this love, even though it's not enough. I know you've always wanted me to need you and care about how much you need me too. I never wanted to say that it's over. You know that I'm still gonna be your lover. I know you never wanted to let all these disappointments come over you, but I keep wondering why you keep telling lies, and I don't understand why you're still out of hand. I'm I'm on the inside, but I'm out of control now. You're on the outside, so put yourself together now. Don't you know love is always the only right thing for you to give me? But there's a lot of things that we can get done right away. Don't you know I keep wondering why you keep telling lies, and I don't understand why you're still out of hand. I'm on the inside, but I'm out of control now. You're on the outside, so put yourself together now. I'm on the inside, but I'm out of control now. You're on the outside, so put yourself together now. She took me down the road, down by the other side. It really wasn't safe, it really wasn't fair. No matter what she says, I'm going to escape. And if I ever do, she can find me. I'm on the other side of the road. I'm on the other side of the road. I've got no other place to go. It's very dangerous here, I know. I'm on the other side of the road. And when she let me go, she took me somewhere else. She locked me in a cage. She put me in a rage. Can't let her get away, hey. I'm looking after her. I think I've had enough. I'm showing her my stuff. I'm on the other side of the road. I'm on the other side of the road. I've got no other place to go. It's very dangerous here, I know. I'm on the other side of the road. Huh! She's been gone for so long. She never let me out. I found an easy way to get myself out of here. And if I ever do, I'm gonna look for her. I know she's not that far. I know just where she is. I'm on the other side of the road. I'm on the other side of the road. I've got no other place to go. It's very dangerous here, I know. I'm on the other side of the road. Well, I'm on the other side. Yeah, I'm on the other side of the road. Yeah, I'm on the other side. Yeah, I'm on the other side of the road. I'm on the other side of the road. Yeah! Watch out!
Thank you, everybody. Good night. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Tom, Maggie. Thank Bob Lozier, my producer. We'll see you next week. Tom's going to play us out with the last song of the night. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you too, Jimmy.
Thank you so much.
Anytime. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good, baby. If I could change the world, baby. If I could change the world, baby. If I could change the world. Mm.